A ministry that has 2 deputy ministers in one department. 2 deputy ministers. Benzani. Umuntu ufika ejele. Mengene ejele. Unamanzi ashisayo. Une breakfast, une lunch, une dinner. Une access to a library, une access to free education. Ipoisa, which was in the front line, El Shonile. Inganza zifundiswa ba. And more than the police, and more than a nurse, emergency essential workers. How is that fair? Is a parliament cleaner an essential work? In the next 10 years, I think 10, 15 years, SAPS would be obsolete. Private security is going to be up here. He said to me, you need to open up something and teach more young black children. And this thing sat with me for about 8 months, 9 months. Then I decided that because I was being called to panels and master classes and workshops, and I saw the format that they were doing. And I said, no, man, I want to do it differently. You could be a harder worker than me, get more tips than me. But at the end of the day, we all split them.
Oh, no.
The whole restaurant splits them.
And that song you're vibing to is actually what I was part of producing the song. But anyways, let's get into it. We are with the one and only Mr. Zamani Ndimande. Yes, you guessed it. The money is nice. But the money is nice, guys. What do you think? Welcome. Say, how are you doing?
I'm very well. I'm too blessed. Too blessed.
Thank you for coming. So how's the money been?
There's no money. There's no money, guys. No, I'm joking. Money is nice.
It's still nice.
Yeah,
that's good. That's very, very, very good to hear. So, we called you here today for an exclusive interview to hear about your business journey, your life journey, and how you got here in order for this money to be nice. I'll not forget. Everybody's using that sound to post their cars, to post their houses that they build. It's actually very, very beautiful to see, But others are posting stacks of cash, and I'm thinking of taking SARS. But you know what? Let me mind my own business. Because what choice do I have? So, welcome. So, tell us about your life story, your journey to get here.
My life story is a bit boring. I'm from a place called Umlazi. Grew up in Umlazi. It's a township in KZN, R section. We are 3 in my mother. My father had 4 girls before marrying my mother, so there are 7 of us.
Okay.
So grew up in Umlazi. I was township boy playing soccer, and then when my father had a little bit of cash, he moved us to a suburb called Montclair. Yeah, we used to live in Montclair. We lived there for a couple of years. And on his untimely death, we moved back to the south coast, Mthinthe. Stayed there for a while. And then when things started to get a bit sour, then we moved back to Umlazi.
Okay, that's a lot of moving in your childhood.
Yeah, it was. But it was necessary. It was necessary. It taught me something. Never be comfortable where you are. If things are not going the way you are, move. Move. If you are not happy in a relationship, move.
Why relationship? Why
no, it's just an example.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. If you're not happy in something, move. Move, because if you stay, it's like drinking poison. 100%. And thinking it's going to heal you, So in every way that we've moved with my mother, that's what I took from her. To say, this is not working, let's move, let's try something else.
So you also apply that in business?
Yes, a lot.
So in business, what is the context of it's not working? Is it financially? Is it the people associated with it? What could be the reason?
So it's a lot of factors. But for me, as a God-fearing person, there are some things that don't sit right with my spirit. I move, no matter how much money is on the table, because as you can see now, what's happening in our country, people are attending commissions and ad hoc committees. It's because of that, because the money looks nice some of the money looks nice, but at the end of the day, you need to have discernment to say, Ish, yes, there's 30 million on the table, but how is this 30 million coming, and what's the outcome of this 30 million? Because if I take this 30 million, will I be sitting in a Madlanga in 10 years or 15 years? And I've got children. I never want to see my children see me sitting at a committee talking about other things, you know?
Yeah.
So I apply that a lot in business. Even in business relationships, employees, everything. I move. We need to part amicably. Like, I'll make an example. There's a business partner of mine. We've been together for about 12 years in business. And then when the money started being nice, then I saw the real him, you know, and the things that were happening with him. And I just decided, hey, my brother, we are still brothers, but I think this thing is not working between us. So let me move away. You do your thing, I'll do my thing over here. So whenever you need me, just pick up a call. But I take a decision very decisively in business.
I mean, that makes sense. We don't also want to hear you be part of the commission and then you're telling us you're moving money in Woolworths bags. I didn't know that having a Woolworths bag in a house was such a luxury because it can move 300,000 rand in it. But anyways.
I wanted Woolworths bag.
Oh, my God. So, what did you want to be growing up, like as a child? You know, those child when you're a child, you're like, I want to be a cop, I want to be a nurse. I remember I wanted to be a medical detective, and I ended up as a designer. So, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Don't laugh. I wanted to be a fighter jet pilot.
What is that? A pilot that.
The fighter jets, you know, those ones, Mission Impossible, Top Gun. I wanted to be that. I saw myself as that. I was like, hey, one day I'll wear that helmet and be in that plane and firing it like 0.9 Mach, you know. That's what I wanted to be. But, you know, life and opportunities come very, very far in between when you're coming from a background like ours.
Yeah, because I also have not really, I've just heard of a pilot. I didn't know there were other names before the pilot. It looks like the pilot is the same name of the career. So that one I definitely did not know. Is it because of, you know, I've read somewhere that when you grew up, you were doing a lot of odd jobs.
Yes.
So can we get into those odd jobs as well? You can tell us a bit more about the odd jobs that you were doing and how they've shaped you as a businessman today. So, you know, how did they influence the person that you are today?
I've done a lot of odd jobs in my life. I've worked at the car wash, Tata car wash in Umlazi. I've worked at the Caltex garage in Umlazi, pouring petrol. I worked at a construction site. I've worked as a taxi driver. I've been a waiter. I've been a cleaner. And in all these odd jobs, what they taught me is humility more than anything. And there's no job that's beneath another one, you know. What brings food to the table? The same money when we take it to the bank, it doesn't write there, hey, this one is a waiter, this one's a car wash, you know. It fed me and my family when dark times hit us, you know. And it also taught me resilience. Because a lot of people right now don't have resilience in business, you know. I always say to people, we're in the microwave generation right now where people want to have things instantly like this. They want to open a business now, must get a tender now, get a job now. Everything must be now. Nobody's willing to build. So all of those jobs combined, they taught me humility and resilience in life to say, if you are humble, opportunities will come. And if you are resilient, you can overcome anything in life.
100%. Some really, really wise words from Mr. Ndimande. I also am curious, you know, at the time when you were working as a taxi driver, did you have any aspirations to have your own taxis at some point?
Oh, cool. You know, in those days, a taxi driver was glorified. So in the hood, there were two people that were like really glorified. It was Malum Jack, who were driving the 5 Series, Beshama Prentoti, Beshama Topsy, you know, and you never knew what he did. But this guy had AMA 5 Series over and over and over and over. And then there were taxi drivers. Taxi drivers were glorified because it was money now, every day. Umuntu wami, hey baby, it's a long time ago. Umuntu wami, child twice two, manje, not tomorrow. 9 to 5 person who's say, asibone a fortnight or asibone a month end. So taxi driver, the cash was instant. So when growing up, I used to also see the owners of the taxi taxi owners. They were driving Hiluxes, living in nice houses in the hood. And I was like, one day I want to have maybe 4 or 5 taxis when I grow up or come out of this industry and be empowered.
So how has the taxi industry evolved from like back then? Because right now, I don't think the taxi industry is that glamorized. I mean, when I was in high school, dating a taxi driver was like, why would you do that?
That was now. But back then,
yeah,
dating a taxi driver, it was a thing in the hood, And the taxis that we used to drive used to have names. So people knew the taxis by the names. To say, this one, the taxi that I was driving was called Changing Faces. I don't know if you know that group. Okay, there's a group called Changing Faces. It's 2 ladies. I think they're in the 50s now. It was 2 ladies who sang romantic songs. So I used to drive their taxi. And the taxi owner used to love those taxis. It had sunroofs, it had TV, it had electric windows, like way back then. It had electric windows, it was Excalibur. So it was like a GTI back then. So if you date a taxi driver who's driving this taxi, you are in the in thing.
You are the cool one.
You're the coolest because all the others used to fall behind, So, I miss those days. I really do. I really sit sometimes and I think life was more simpler those days.
So do you plan on getting taxis?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So So now, what skills has it assisted you or like built soft skills and hard skills that you are using today in your business?
There are 3 things that driving a taxi taught me. It's conflict management, it's time management, and handling finances. Those 3 things I take to this day. My team knows I'm never late for anything. For anything. You tell me a time, I'm there 30 minutes before or an hour or 45 minutes before. How to handle money. Every day, there's somebody coming in with money that you need to change while driving. Because there came a time where in Durban, we used to have conductors who used to take the money and change and distribute to people. And then they got cut off. And then you as a taxi driver used to do that. And multitasking, by the way. You used to drive, play the music, to collect money. Someone is fighting with somebody there. You need to resolve it while driving. Somebody wants to jump off at the next stop. You need to have an ear to listen to say, hey, I'm jumping off in Sentin, Rivonia, or 186 Rivonia Road. People are fighting there. It's the morning. So it taught me those skills. And I think the most important was the financial side of it. Because it also taught me how to stretch a rand. Because when you're driving a taxi, you need to wash it. You need to eat. And you need to take care of it, oil, whatever it is. So we were lucky in that the person I was driving for used to trust us with money. To say, hey, or Saturdays or Fridays or whatever the day was, I can't remember. You need to make enough money for your full tank, for the tires, you need to make for service. I can't remember the other one. So if anything broke in the taxi, it's like it was yours. You need to have a bit of cash to fix whatever is needed and let it not get out of the road. And conflict management. My passenger ahlupha. My passenger. I remember I think it was the last day I drove. I'll never forget that granny. She came with boxes of apples, potatoes. So those things were usually transported by vans back in the day. So I don't know if the van left her and she just decided, listen, I'm just going to the taxi rank with those boys who push. Hey, she came in with everything. And then when she got in, the taxi moved. So we calculate by a passenger or a seat. Then when the money comes, then the Coco says, 10 rand one. But how? The whole seat is blocked. I would have had 10, 20, 30, 4 people, 40 rand. No. There's no one here. But there's your stuff which is blocking and I can't even pick up, And it was not a screaming match, but she was like, yo, I think Coco, do you know what? for my sanity, take back that 10 rand. Just collect the free ride, Coco, because we are not going to solve this thing. So jobs like that teach you a lot of things, which I wish sometimes some entrepreneurs can do those jobs which they think are low level. Because when you get into entrepreneurship or in business, you need those skills. You need resilience. You need how to handle money, conflict management, and time management. Those 4 things in business are the most critical things in building a foundation or a successful business. Because if you are not on time for a meeting that will change your life, people don't take you seriously. If now you are fighting with your staff, for your security, your PA, you can't resolve, you're in a boardroom but you can't resolve, that company is going to go down the drain. If 100 million comes in, not that I have 100 million, if 100 million comes into your company, you need to know how to handle it when it's here. Because that's one thing that I feel we lack in upcoming businesses. Nobody actually teaches us how to handle money. The other races, Indians and whites, I don't know if it still happens in this generation, but when we were coming up, uthola ukuthi umuntu has done matric, but after matric doesn't go to university. He goes straight working in the business of their father or their grandfather or their mother. They stay there for a year or 2. And then in the 3rd year, then they go out into the world. Maybe if you're corporate, they have more skills. They have more practical skills of business than you who was in university for 2 or 3 years. That's why now you find people baphethe umuntu ophethe no matric and they are learned. Because white people, the other races have found ukuthi practicality, beats school. I don't know how to put it. But it beats the book in most times. Because if you've got the experience, I'll make an example. It's like driving. If I've been driving for 5-8 years without a license, I've never been to a learners, and you've just got your learners and you just got your license, who's a better driver?
The one that's been driving for 8 years.
You see?
And I'm answering this honestly. Please, guys, do not take this as advice.
No, it's not advice. It's not advice. It's just like a practical example to say, this person has been doing it longer than you, practically. And this one has just got the learners, just got the license, But this one drives better, but they don't have the necessary papers, which they can get afterwards if it's needed.
If it's needed, of course. Yeah. It is needed. Why are you driving without? Yeah, you need to get it either or, So now, is that what you're saying is that if a youth person who's unemployed but has a driver's license, you would tell them to go into the taxi industry at this day and age?
Yes, but with caution.
With caution?
Yeah, with caution. Because that industry is high pressure. It's high pressure. And I think we all see the news once a month or twice a month, what happens there, with caution. But the one thing that I love about it, it's instant income it takes. You can earn every day if you want. You can earn weekly, you can earn monthly. And it's limited skills that are needed there. Actually, you just need a driver's license and a PDP. Carry passengers, make money, but with caution. Yeah, in the state that it's in now, the industry.
So it is different from the past?
It's very different.
How so?
Now it's more formalized. There's technology. Before it was more capital intensive, but now it's more formalized, because before when we used to drive, the owner used to think about one thing, money. Doesn't care, taxi at an accident, broke down, you are not feeling well, there's a funeral, It's just about money. There's a target that you need to meet. If you don't meet the target, don't come back with my taxi until you meet the target, no matter what it takes. But now I saw their organizations like Santako. I was home last month. I saw another one called Hlogomela, So they're now like semi-unions for drivers, and they go around taxi ranks holding drivers accountable. I was so shocked. There's a taxi I took, I think it was in Cape Town. I can't remember. There was actually a camera inside the taxi, like a dash cam. And I asked this guy, I said, no, the owner can see at any time where I am, what's happening with the dash cam. And he had a Yoko.
The machine to
yeah,
tap.
The machine
yes.
to tap, We didn't have all of that. We were law unto ourselves back then, but now it's a bit more formalized, And I love the direction it's taking, which the drivers have a voice now to say, hey, I can go to Santako offices and complain if there's a complaint against the owner or whatever. We didn't have all of that. Owner hating from Maliam. That's all.
Yeah, we tell her pimali yakhe.
Ukuthi ngifonela set podcasting it's exe ningboleke 5 rand kuyashota, he doesn't care.
When we let imali yakhe iphelele.
Let imali yami wena. That's all he wants. It was capital intensive. That's all you would think about. That's all. I think. And if you are unlucky to drive for a person with one taxi, they'll be on your neck. They'll stop you in the middle of the day. Ati, bring all of the money you have. I need to go do something in the house.
Yo.
When you come back, Ati, yeah, but I don't care what I took the money. But I still need my target.
Isn't that like daylight robbery?
He connects to daylight robbery, but takes it. But then, it was bad. I don't know about now, but that's what I'm saying. If the youth want to get into that business, it's good to get in it, but with caution. Do proper research now. Now you can do proper research. You talk to the current taxi drivers. What's happening? What are their challenges? So with caution, go in. But it's instant money. It's instant.
Quick.
Manj. I know a friend of mine who wanted to do his driver's license for Inganyake, and he didn't have the cash. He went back to the taxi. He drove for about 3-4 months. I told him Ali, paid for his daughter's driver's license, and then he left. Whenever he has trouble, wherever he's working, he pick up plenty.
Can I drive the taxi during the weekend? I think
you can.
Need.
No, you can. Serious, you can. I've seen a couple of women drivers in Durban. You can. I don't know about Joburg, but you can. And women drivers are more protected in Durban.
Yes, in Durban. Yeah. We are in Johannesburg.
Even though maybe they are, I don't know.
Okay.
Because I've been in an Uber where a lady was driving, but I've never seen
a taxi driver.
Yeah. But in Durban,
I was just asking. I'm one of those drivers when my father comes in, he puts his seatbelt on and holds onto his chair and then prays we get to the next destination. And I've been driving for 3 years, so it's been a while.
Serious?
Yeah, so I don't know. I never got comfortable with driving that much. I don't. I think it's a thing. It's just maybe it's a woman thing. I don't know. I'm not that comfortable with driving. Too many potholes at Williams Nicole and so many very, very good drivers on William Nicole. One wrong move, you hit a Bentley trying to duck a taxi. Not a good idea. Hence, when I was in Waterfall, I used to be a good driver. Then I moved to 4-8. I was like, nope.
You saw that accident with the Uno in the Ferrari there by Discovery Building. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. So I don't know what this guy was thinking in the Uno. I think
he's wrong.
Yeah, he hit the Ferrari. He was standing like this on the outside. And I could feel his pain. I would have ran away if it was him.
And when you call the insurance, you hit a what?
Please repeat.
Yes. Network starts fidgeting. You hit a what? There used to be a joke that went around, where someone was like, you call insurance, hi, I hit a Lamborghini. You hit a lamb. Oh, no, so we can go to the farm and get it. No, I hit a Lamborghini. You hit a what?
I'll drop the call.
I know, actually, they did drop the call. There's no other way to deal with it. So we move on to your other odd job that you did at the time, working as a waiter.
Aish.
So today, the hourly minimum rate for waiters is about 28 Rand. How much was it during your time in the industry?
It's 28 Rand now.
An hour, yes.
Hey, maybe I need to go back. It was very low that time. Very low.
So 28 rand is high. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not, don't get me wrong, I'm saying like it's high for.
Yes. Okay.
But, I think ours was 15 or something. I can't remember. I stand to be corrected. I think it was 15 or something. We worked more on tips. That's how you made a living when I was a waiter in Durban. Because what you used to get was nothing. So it pushed you to work more shifts. Working night, you had more money. So everybody was fighting for night shifts. So if it's 28 rand now, I think it's a little step in the right direction. A little step. I think you can do more because being a waiter is a very hard job. It's a very hard job. I used to hate being a waiter, but because I needed to put food on the table, I used to do it. It taught me customer service also, being a waiter, and patience. And you need to be patient. I remember because it was a fish joint. I can't say the name of the restaurant. It was a fish joint. I remember this German couple coming in, and I couldn't hear what they were saying. So I called my manager and said, I don't understand what these guys are saying. He also didn't understand. So I asked them to write it down. I think they wanted lionfish, wara, 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 wara. When we came with lionfish, it was not lionfish that they wanted. But it's written here, but and we had to Google the word. I can't remember what the word was. It was something else. But we are not paying for this. So who do you think pays for that meal?
You have to pay for it.
Yeah, it's waiter. You pay for it.
But now you made a mistake with the manager. Did you guys split it?
No. It's your table. Back then was ruthless. It's your table. Even breakages. And there's something that's happening now in the waiter industry that's breaking my heart. You could be a harder worker than me, get more tips than me, but at the end of the day, we all split them.
Oh no!
The whole restaurant splits them. I was at a restaurant in Sandton the other day, and this guy was saying, rather do an e-wallet, don't put it on I said, why? He said, no, because at the end of the night, we have to all split whatever was made equally. So now imagine if I'm a lazy burger and I get a 50 rand tip, you get a 5,000 rand tip. Then we need to all split. I ain't back then. We used to make money back then.
Yeah.
But it was harder because there was no regulation. A manager could fire you now.
So you'd say now that the waiter industry has deteriorated, it hasn't improved from the past?
I think, not to use the word deteriorate, but it hasn't made a lot of progress from the past till now because, workplace awareness is there now. There's more labor regulations. There's improved working conditions are a bit better now, because back then it was all every man for himself. I'll make an example. Back then, if you're working night shift like me, I used to live in Umlazi. The restaurant used to close at 10, I think, during the day. It used to close at 10 during the day. During the week, 10 p.m. during the week. And when it closes, you don't close and go home, right?
Yes, we have to clean up, pack up everything.
Recon, stock take, do this. Takes over an hour and a half. The last bus was at 12, or the last taxi was at 12 p.m. So the manager didn't care. All he wants is a clean restaurant for the morning team to come in and work. So at 12, when you leave, you have to walk to the bus station, knowing very well that there's no bus.
Then you sleep at the bus station.
Yeah, some of us used to do that because I had come from the taxi industry. So what I used to do was I used to walk to the nearest taxi rank because they knew me. I used to drive a famous taxi. and say, hey, let me sleep here until 4, because the first taxi was 4 o'clock to Umlazi. Hey, let me sleep here until 4. Rather than roaming around Point Road and it's not safe. Let me sleep here till 4, wake up at 4, take the first taxi, go home. But now I see like there's staff taxis, there's this. We didn't have that back then. It was every man for himself.
So there is an interesting article I read that says by 2026, this group, which includes cleaners, cooks, and wait staff, will see their annual earnings rise from 170,000 to 340,000, surpassing the typical salaries of entry-level teachers and police officers in South Africa. Parliament is set to double the salaries of the lowest paid workers over the next 3 years, making a significant shift in income for these employees.
When I read that, that broke my heart.
That they're doubling their salaries?
For cleaners?
Yes.
Yeah, and more than the police, and more than a nurse, emergency, essential workers. How is that fair? Is a parliament cleaner an essential worker? There are people in blue who are on the front line every single day risking their lives for us. There are nurses who are in the emergency rooms every single day, standing for 10, 12 hours. But a cleaner in parliament, just because they're in parliament, they earn more. That thing broke my heart. Why can't we level it? Why can't they be on the same salary packages? I'm not saying that maybe they deserve the money. I don't know what it takes to be a cleaner in parliament. But for our essential workers to earn less, there's something wrong with our country. Something very wrong with our laws. Because when you're in trouble, who do you call?
The police, of course.
When you are sick, where do you go?
The hospital.
Are you going to call the parliament? No, I'm just asking. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Maybe I'm wrong. Who are you going to call? I think as a country, we really need to take care of our essential workers. I really do. And this is me saying it. It's not Set Podcast saying this. You can't have a Cat Matlala taking SANDF Special Forces, SAPS Special Task Force team, because they are not being paid well by the state, but private security is paying them well. We can't have that. I was reading something, or I heard something, that it takes like $1 million to train one.
$1 million to train one?
Yeah, Special Task Force or SNDF. I stand to be corrected.
Yes.
This is not fact. I can't remember if it was, I was listening to ad hoc committee with Peggy. I can't remember. It takes $1 million to train one.
Yeah.
And they're all going to the private sector.
Because they're not paid well.
There's something wrong. Something in the system is wrong. Something in the system is wrong. That needs to be fixed in this country. Because it can't be.
Yeah, how can I? Yo.
It can't be. It can't be. Okay, I'll be a little controversial. When last you saw a fire truck?
Wow, actually, I think when I go home, because I pass a fire station, like in Mamelodi, that's where I kind of see one.
Have you seen it on the road?
No, barely, no. I mean, there was a time we had a fire at home, and I think they arrived after the fire was gone, and they just had to come and like get rid of the smoke. But you barely see one.
There's a private security company that has a firefighting unit. All the firefighters that were trained by government are going there. Why?
Because they're not paying them well?
Something wrong in the system.
So now who attends the fires?
It's this private security companies.
And who pays them?
Contracts. They get contracts.
From the government. And the government pays them. Or it doesn't impact the citizen.
No. But if a certain, let's say, a certain estate in Sentin has Bill Gates or Elon Musk or Ban, they have a fire, and then us who are in the south have a fire, who are they going to attend to at the same time?
The one who contributes more to the economy.
Something is wrong in the system. It's been years since I've seen a fire truck on the street or a firefighter. It's been years. But I see that company every single day. It has a firefighting unit. All our firefighters are going there. Something is wrong with the system. You can't have a parliamentary cleaner earning more than a policeman or a teacher or a nurse. And this is my humble opinion. It's not anybody else's. I'll own it. It's mine. You can't. It's impossible. We need to take care of our frontline workers first. We really need to. Because teachers, they are teaching our nation. Yes, maybe the curriculum is not up to stand. Yeah, because I've never used Jan van Riebeck anywhere. I've never used Columbus Clouds anywhere. But they're doing a job. Policemen, when they put on that uniform every day, they are putting their lives at risk for us as a community. SANDF, Special Force, or Task Force, I don't know what it's called. If Trump now decides to do something, we need those guys in the front line. But where are we going to get them if they're being employed by private security because we're not paying them well?
I mean, you're going to have to go pay the private security to borrow them, clearly.
I was telling another person, Uti, in the next 10 years, I think 10, 15 years, SAPS would be obsolete. Private security is going to be up here. It's going to be like Wi-Fi. You need it. Where we are now, who's at the gate?
The security?
When you walk into a mall, who's there? When you're at a service station, who's there?
The security guys. But it wouldn't make sense to have a cop at the mall.
Okay, sharp. Who guards the police stations?
Will the police station get guarded? So sorry. I come from a kasi. They don't guard that police station.
It's a security company.
So the security company guards the police themselves because they are scared to do their jobs.
No, they're not scared to do their jobs.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it's lack of resource or something. How police stations are getting... In the Eastern Cape, there's a police station that was robbed of guns. A whole police station in South Africa.
I mean, I can certify the vest that bulletproof the whole day. I'm not saying anything about the cops. I'm just saying you find them wearing a bulletproof vest to certify, maybe they're like, you didn't get to certify a piece of
maybe
paper.
One day we need to ask them why.
We would need one on the show. We would love to have one. If anyone wants to reach out who's a cop or who's in private security, would love to hear about it.
No, I'll bring you one in private security.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's
sorted.
Security.
We need a cop now. We need one in public sector.
Who's got a lot of experience. They're from a company called Ngwane Research Group. So what they do is they do the holistic thing. They do research on security, they do risk, they do limitations, they do close protection, they do static, they do everything. So they've got the knowledge. I'll talk to the chairman of the company and see if he can come and sit with you. And he'll tell you the challenges.
Yes, he must come and scare us.
No, not scare us, but the truth.
Yes, I mean, with the facts, it must be.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that. I would love to hear from them.
It's a brilliant company. I use them also personally. For my things, it's a brilliant company. But also, we need a brilliant SAPS.
And it's so weird how we are under-resourced everywhere, in the police, the hospital, but we are still sitting at 65% youth unemployment. And instead of the government trying to get those youth that's unemployed into the policing system, into the nursing system that is needed, they're still not doing it. I mean, there's been even where if you look at the digital space, there's still like some information that the youth of our color don't actually know about. And it's very embarrassing and very alarming to see that they don't know certain things about digital spaces, because when you go to a university, who's studying cybersecurity, you have 60 students, but who's studying teaching, you have 400 students. And why is that there? Because now there's been articles and information that came out that says the teaching industry is oversaturated.
Yeah, let me keep my thoughts to myself before I get in trouble. No. But to part from this point is we have the biggest cabinet in the world. I stand to be corrected.
Okay.
But I think we have the biggest cabinet in the world. We have a ministry that has 2 deputy ministers in one department. 2 deputy ministers. Benzani.
Sorry.
There's a minister and then there's 2. I'm not well vested in the ministry. Maybe they need 2, but to me it doesn't make sense to have 2 deputies. I'm not well vested, but maybe they have duties that they split. But could we not shrink the cabinet a little bit and take that little nyana budget? Maybe go build a robotics school, go build this, go build an AI school, Have our youth go in there because we are going to the AI space now. Actually, we are in the AI space now. And it's scary. And it's scary for me because I feel like a huge portion of our youth are not well vested in AI or robotics or anything that is technology space. I'm very scared. One day, a hack and we won't have an answer for it.
And we're going to have to outsource from other countries and lose more money to deal with that security breach. Ooh.
Well, something needs to happen in our country. We have a beautiful organization, beautiful values. But it's the people inside, some of them, not all of them, some of the people inside of this organization that leads us that are a problem. But we have a beautiful organization in this country.
And we need to start cleaning from the inside so that the organization can...
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit happy with what's happening right now in the country, in the little cleansing that is happening. But at the end, we really need to have results. Someone must go to jail. Someone must be fired. Someone must go to jail. We can't have commissions after commissions after commissions. Sorry, we are digressing. Can't have commissions after commissions after commissions, spending billions of rands. Some koninja finally at jail.
But now, would you say, if I may ask, right? Because we have commissions after commissions after commissions, but this person who's in these commissions and everything was hiring these people, putting food on their plate. Is there still does that mean people who are, I don't know, criminals are much more better options in terms of empowering the community and the economy than our own government?
I go back to the point. We need to take care of our frontline workers.
So that they don't have to go that side.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Because that's what we are seeing right now. We need to take, and this is just a dream for me. I don't know if I'll ever see it in my lifetime. Because I'll make an example. Umuntu ufika ejele. Mengene ejele. Unamanzi ashisayo. Une breakfast, une lunch, une dinner. Une access to a library, une access to free education. Ipoisa, which was in the front line, El Shonile. Are they getting free education? No, they are not. But lo muntu lo sejele obekele liphoyisa eboxini.
Uyadla.
Uyafunda ngalo.
Yeah.
But umndeni walaba who are the people who are in the front line for us, they are suffering afterwards.
Yeah, it is. There is a lot going on.
Laba bantu laba, forget about them. Put them in jail there if you can throw away the key. Whatever budget you had for that prisoner to learn or do a doctorate or whatever, why ungayithatha uyifake kulomndeni lo shonelwe? Okay, udlamini udutshuliwe, okay, singake ingane lekhaya izu-3, okay, sharp. This is the budget for their schooling. This needs to take care of. What are the basics that are needed? These are the basics. Electricity, okay, you've got free water, you've got free electricity, whatever it is as a family. Then anything above that, I sicela niyibonele or niyibambele. Banageswa mahale jail. Abayazi load shedding.
Oh, the electricity doesn't go there.
Nganyiwe. There's a clinic in jail. At a hospital or clinic, I don't know. I stand to be corrected. But it's free medical care. But ingane zalo shonile, mekufanele ze doctor fanele ziyokhokha consultation fee. If there's a procedure that needs to be done, fanele bashaye iphakethe. But ulapha, who did wrong? There's something wrong with the system. Banele uniform orange, fresh. Every year. Uba uthenga school uniform fale zingane lephoyisa olishonile.
Oh ma'am.
But the state provide a laba uniform, bane gym. I think I saw Oprix playing soccer. I think they have a soccer field, you know. But laba bangaphandle, frontline workers, that's why now, I'm not saying it's right. You find some of them crossing the line, which they should not do. Figure, udlaminat. Ngifuna information ngokuthi now 200,000 athi uyacalculate ukuthi what am I making an annum, and I can just go take a file there for 200,000.
Just the file.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can talk all day if you wanted to, hey? So let's move on to your businesses, Afri Masterclass and Bayeni Holdings. You are the CEOs and the founders of these businesses. So what drew you into the entertainment industry?
It's a funny story. There was, back then, there was promotions in different shopping malls where it was like where you used to go there and dance for bread, and they have music there, you're dancing for bread.
Yes.
Winnie sing or win a logo, and they have an artist and an MC. So one day, Konindawa Ektua Igachina, I was there, I was sent by my mom, I can't remember what she sent me. And I was standing there watching this thing. She sent me in the morning, I think it was around 10. It only clicked to me that it's 3 o'clock when they were packing up. But I was there the whole day watching this thing, and I never felt bored. And I felt true to it. When they were packing up at 3, I'm like, hey man, my mother's going to kill me. It's 3 o'clock. She sent me at 10, this thing. That's when I knew what I must be somewhere near this business or somewhere there. I knew I couldn't sing, I knew I couldn't dance, but I knew I need to be close to this thing. Because whenever I was around it, around music, around creatives, I felt free. It felt like, time can go on and on and on and on and on. So that's how I was drew to it in the first place. That's it. I made a decision that day. So say I want to be a fighter pilot, but last thing I see konde khona la.
So, can you tell us a bit more about Afri Masterclass and how it integrates with the vision of Bayeni Holdings?
Afri Masterclass is a Pan-African platform. How it started quickly, I was in the studio with Bab Kaifa Semenye, with another friend of mine called Alexis Fagu. He was producing his album. And Bab Kaifas asked me something, and I instantly answered him. And then he said to me, my son, how many people know what you know? What mean a lot? What? No. They're not a lot. I'm asking you because I don't know. And he's had like 50 years in the industry. And he said to me, you need to open up something and teach more young black children. And this thing sat with me for about 8 months, 9 months. Then I decided that because I was being called to panels and master classes and workshops, and I saw the format that they were doing. And I said, no, man, I want to do it differently. Let me open up my own thing and have my roles in it. Bayeni Holdings, there was a gap in the market. I used to see that it was the same people getting funding, same people getting sponsorship, same people. And I sat there, and one day I sat with the brand manager and I said, why is it you are funding this program every year without fail? And he said to me something so simple but profound. I think creatives don't know how to talk to me as a brand manager. They don't know what I want. They don't know what I look for. They don't know. When I ask them my ROI, they don't know. I know we'll post you.
Return on investment. They will post you.
Yeah, I'll post you. I don't need it. My brand has over millions in reach. If I give you this 100,000 rand, in simple terms, what is in it for me? How do we meet each other halfway? How do we get to the intersection and help each other? So I found that some creatives did not know how to talk to brands and talk to marketing managers. So I formed Bayeni Holdings to say, okay, let us be the buffer inside in the middle of this thing. If you want to get sponsored by the Green Cup company, you come to us, you tell us your idea, we jot it down, we formalize it for you. In the team, we've got brilliant people. We formalize it for you, and then we go and pitch on your behalf. There's this company, Green Cup company, wants 5 rand from you. This is what they want to do. This is the reach they have. These are the engagements they have. This is the ROI. This is the KPI. This is how we'll reach your KPI. All of those things. And then Mrs. Tatela Tina.
I love the honesty. He wanted it for you. So now my question is, in terms of being a brand, I am a brand myself. The podcast is a brand itself. And measuring ROI, return of investment, is very tricky. Because sometimes the return on investment is not necessarily money. And that's where people struggle to understand. Even though you bring in, for us it's very different. We do educational stuff. So when we're educating people, that's our return on investment for you. That, okay, you have a banking package or a financial package that you want. But that's not what most of the time we encounter. We encounter people looking for your numbers. You find that an influencer who does makeup is now advertising for a bank. And you're like, but she dances on the internet. She never talks about money. What happens? I think those are maybe your company is bridging a gap that's really there because it's there. So yeah, I think it's there. But now that the music industry is a little bit fast paced, it's moving a little bit too much. Every year we see artists that come in and
every week.
Oh, it's not every year anymore. So what can artists do so that they don't pace out? Because remember, I think 2 years ago we had Chwalabam, the guys, and now I've not seen them on a billboard. Aish. I've not seen them on an advertisement. Aish. I'm not sure if they're still booking. I don't know what's happening. I do follow them, but not much content pops up from them. So
it's consistency and believing in your brand. For longevity, I call it compound interest. The first mistake that happens in our industry is that, okay, as Zamani, the singer or the DJ, I get a hit song. But nobody asks the question in the team, what's next? That's the biggest problem. Because some of these viral moments catch these kids off guard. They don't have proper management. They don't have a plan. They're just doing music because they love it. But nobody's asking the critical question. What's next? Now we have a viral moment. We have a hit song, because there's a difference between a big song and a hit song. Now we have a hit song now. What next? Is there somebody in the team who approaches sync? Is there somebody in the team who's thinking about merchandise? Is there somebody on the team who's thinking of a podcast or online radio or whatever it is to make this thing have longevity? Is there someone on the team who's saying, okay, let's open up a media company where now we can shoot music videos for other people. When we get money, we invest in equipment. It's the what next that is the problem sometimes, because other people have the plans. You made a reference with Sjava. I think it was one of the biggest songs. It was last year or this year?
2 years ago, actually.
It was one of them. But when I sat there And I was like, because I tried reaching out myself on DM to one of the guys.
Oh, okay.
I think they were getting a lot of DMs at the time, you know.
And they missed it.
Yeah. Because all of us missed DMs. Because one of my team members said, Ish, there's a campaign, man, for drinking Arrive Alive. But I can't remember what it was called. It was for an African country. I can't say the name because of NDAs. It was for an African country. They had a problem with people drinking, you know. And I was like, hey, this is the perfect song to put there. But we put a spin on it. Chwalabam, puzele kai, drink at home. Chwalabam.
Drink it at home.
Yeah, if I know I'm going to get my Chwalabam, let me have an Uber app, let me have a Bolt app, or whatever it is, you know. And the team was like brainstorming, literally because they loved the song. They danced to it. They did. It was the what next, I think, that is the problem within the industry.
Do you also think talent management is lacking in the industry as well?
A lot. There are few talent managers. A lot. Because I always say in this country we have about 10 real talent managers, about 10, 12. Because what a talent manager does, look at Chris Brown. How many years? Look at Adele. She's not even releasing music.
She's not even performing as much anymore.
Look at Beyonce, sitting at home. Rihanna, sitting at home. But there's Fenty, there's this. Nobody, when managing talent in our country, not nobody, sorry, some people think they are managers, but they're not. They're just booking agents. They're just taking gigs. And in no disrespectful way. No disrespect intended. They are just booking agents. Because that's what they do. They take in bookings, they look for bookings. No, none of them are like, Ndimande has got a viral song. It's talking about a car. Which car can we match this with? Oh, okay, this car. Let's go and find this car. Talk to this brand. Hey, now he's viral. How about we do merchandise? Oh, okay. Hey, why don't we do a mini biography or a documentary and put it on YouTube? Or license it somewhere. Okay.
reality.
Yeah, okay, now we have this viral moment. Let's take his library of music and let's go and put it on and find a publisher who will find us sync deals, synchronization deals. None of them don't think like that. They think for the now. And also a problem that I've also seen is that some managers want to be famous.
Yes.
Some managers secretly want to be an artist. Me, I've seen it all in this industry. There's nothing you can tell me in this industry. And I say that with my chest. I've seen it all. Me, I've seen an artist perform, go off stage, and then their manager goes on stage to play a set. Me, I've seen it all in this industry. I've seen a manager in the first year or two being like a proper road manager or whatever it is. And then one day I wake up, I get a pop-up from iTunes. It's this manager featuring the artist. The artist is managing.
Yeah.
That'll never work. Because I always tell people, being a manager is a calling. You need to know how to serve. If you can't serve, it's like being a nurse, it's a calling. Being a teacher, it's a calling. Being a talent manager is a calling. You need to know how to serve your people. If in VIP there's 5 seats and you are the 6th one, you must know how to serve. Yeah. You mustn't complain. If the hospitality rider comes, you must know, hey, said podcast, hey, come here, man. You know, this is our hospitality rider, and you had okayed it, but there's water missing there. Please, can you assist us? I've seen one talent manager throw a tantrum. Hey, there's no booze here. I asked him, what are you here for, chief? Are you here for booze or for the artist? I know, Rotman, these people don't respect us. And that's another problem that came into our industry. this thing called a hospitality rider. That thing is a problem. And I wish one day that thing can go away. That thing is a problem. Remember when I book you, Mama, I need to make profit also. I need to sell alcohol. So now if you're asking me for 6 VSOPs, you're asking for platters, you're asking for this.
I think with the hospitality riders, what they do is that they also cheat artists with it. Speaking from experience, actually, where they want to pay you with a bottle on a 6-pack and a dash. And it becomes, some people take it. And if you're not going to take it, because the industry is very oversaturated, it doesn't matter. There's someone who's going to take the bottle and a 6-pack. So they use it to also pay these artists that are below. Yes, the artists at the top, maybe they are requesting, some of them are requesting a little bit too much, but it's actually used. I've been paid, Gadi 6-pack. I've been paid. Content.
Lungile. Stand your ground. If you stand your ground in the beginning, they know how to treat you. If you don't stand your ground in the beginning, it's going to go on and on and on and on. You must stand your ground in this industry.
Yeah, but unfortunately, a lot of artists are being paid with booze that I can, and hably. And sometimes
let's form a union, make me president, and we'll deal with that thing.
Oh, okay. I'll put it down.
Serious?
Yes, I'm very serious as well. I'll put it down
because
it's not fair.
It's not fair. It's not right. You don't feed your family with booze. You don't feed your family with
a platter.
Transport. You need to transport yourself there.
They don't pay for the transport.
I understand that exposure in the early stages, you need it. Yabo. But come on, man. Come on. Just be umuntu. Have ubuntu. Because I always tell people, because we also own a venue called Uhuru Cafe in Polokwane. I always tell people, other venue owners, to say, if you can't afford him, rather negotiate, but asibe nobuntu as black people, man. Asibe nobuntu. I'm a promoter, asibe nobuntu. Yes, I know we need to save cost here and there, but asibe nobuntu. The basics, or at least cover the basics. Mama, what is your petrol? Hey, my petrol to come here and go back home, I think it's 1.5. Okay, sharp. Would you like me to offer you hospitality or ngikunike esandleni? Hayi ngicela unginike esandleni. Ngingadla endlini, ngishaye Red Bull, ngishaye into yami and go. Asibe nobuntu, man.
Yeah, and women are actually getting sexualized in the industry. Yeah, I did put that down. You did see that on the script. They're being sexualized. They're being... Because if you don't shake your ass, I'm sorry, regardless. If you don't show something... I remember now, this is a bit personal. Someone told me, no, you play very well. People kiss you, people hug you. The problem is we are koga. But and I'm here like... I work in corporate. Even if I wanted to, that's a bad idea.
Can't
so
do that.
Let's get into that.
Yeah, as I was saying, actually, it breaks my heart because I have a daughter. It breaks my heart because I have a daughter. And I don't wish my daughter to be in this industry because what I've seen over the years. But also, we need to get to a point where we treat our women better. We need to get to a point where it does not have to be sexual. I was asking another promoter from Durban, why lezi ngane incane mfethu sigqoke I know it sells. But the dignity of lezi ngane. They are varsity students, first year students, they need money, but it dignity yabo ithini. Because now we are daisa. If they are dressed like this. And the way this industry treats women, it breaks my heart. Because women, we need women. In any industry, we need women. And we need to champion them with, hey, DJ Mahlatsi, come man, uzoshaya. You'll make it. But the over-sexualizing is very bad. Even if you stand your ground, they close doors for you, they do all these kind of things that are not right. Yes. So we really need to do better as an industry and as a people. Ngoba sabantu abamnyama, ithina sihamba ama club, ithina promoter. We need to, like, I know this thing of shaking asses. I've seen it. And I've seen really untalented people. Just because they're showing a bit of cleavage, and now they are there. Yes, all of us need to hustle, but it's not sustainable. Because if a fresher one or a younger one comes up, now.
No.
Oh, so
what advice are you giving women in this industry?
Try and stand your ground. Work on your brand. And I know it's a bit impossible, but try and get a female manager than a male manager. Because a female manager can relate,
see.
and relate better as women to women. A male manager, ngafika promoter hlebela athi mfethu lona ashaya iminiskirt mfethu. So thola more gigs. So yeah. But a woman can stand her ground, put her foot down. That's I know. And we have brilliant female managers in this industry. Brilliant.
Amazing. So what's next for AfriMasters? What's next for Bayeni Holdings?
We are going international 2026, 2027, 2028. We are going international. We've been to the African continent. We've visited 3 countries. But there's something in the works with international countries. There's 3 or 4 of them that have reached out and said, hey, we love this platform, we love what we're trying to do, let's do cultural exchanges. In August, we had the French embassy come in, and we had the head of cooperation, Mr Jean Spiri. So we are looking at that direction to say, how do we export our knowledge and our culture to other places? Because my thing is with these both these companies, I want to open doors for the underdog. I want to be able to land in France, make connections and say, yes, you need this A-list DJ, but I've got A, B, C who are not A-listers who can do 10 times better the job that you are looking for. And you can spread the money out. You are paying 5 rand for this one, but if you give me 5 rand, I can get you one for 1 rand, 1 rand, and 1 rand. All 5 can come, play, and do everything. So that's what we are trying to do. And we're trying to bridge the gap of knowledge to say, creatives, this is what you need to do to get ahead. This is what you need to do to protect yourself. So that's where we are going. That's what's next for me. So expect more partnerships, more masterclasses, more legacy projects, because at my age, that's where I am now. I want to build legacy. I want, when God has remembered me, for someone 30 years from now to say, Lily Grootman laid the foundation for us.
100%. Thank you so much, Mr. Zamani Ndimande, for joining us. We really, really appreciate you coming to our studios. So, any final words before we close?
God is good.
100%.
God is good. Don't lose hope. I know it's hard in this industry, especially for women. For you, don't lose hope. uNkulunkulu asona isilima. I don't know how you translate that. And God, and God is a God of second chances. So 100%. We need to repent in this industry, and I think we will get a step forward. But God is good all the time. Please don't forget to pray.
Amen. Thank you so much for joining us. And guys, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media at Set Podcast. I am your host, DJ Umlazi, and we will see you next time.